It is the Riot, getting an opportunity to meet some new artists today, or new artists.
Yeah, so many amazing new artists. I think this year has just been so many good ones.
It's true. Like, I feel like we've added a bunch of people that I've never heard of until we added them, and now I love them.
I know you love them all.
Wande on that list. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're doing wonderful. Thank you.
So, Wande, I got a thing here that said they call you the first lady of Reach Records. Is that true?
Yes, that is correct.
So, why do they call you that?
Well, it's like a pun in multiple ways. So, one, because I'm literally the first woman to be signed to Reach Records, the label.
Okay.
And then two, just because of, like, I guess the leadership bestowed upon me and the respect that people give me. So that's kind of like why they call me that.
Do you hear her? The respect that she gets, Obi, as the first lady.
Nikki, she said that it's the respect she gets from the leadership.
From the leadership, okay.
So I'm
fishing for more respect.
She didn't just walk in and say, respect me.
I see.
She earned that respect.
She earned the respect. That is true.
So, I mean, come on. So, Wande, where do you live?
Currently I live in Atlanta, so that's where I'm at. That's where Reach Records is actually. So just especially for my beginning years, I think it's really good to just be around the label, be around the people.
Right on.
We don't see that too often from labels with their artists being close by, but it probably really does help make a difference to be closer to home base.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because I started working for the label before I was even signed. So I prefer like in-person connection.
So what were you doing for them before they signed you?
Yeah, ironically, so, I started from the bottom, I did the internship life. And then after that, I started working in the A&R department. So I worked as an A&R admin before I got signed.
Okay.
I'd be going around every day just singing, just doing everything. Be like, oh, is that me?
Sounds really good.
It
sounds good.
Well, you are fantastic. So it's no surprise.
Thank you.
So you live in Atlanta, but that's actually not where you started. You're from Nigeria originally, right?
Correct.
So how old were you when you came to the United States?
Yeah, so I came as a baby, so I was about 3 months old. So I'm like the last touch point of like my immediate family. But yeah, so after I was born, it was kind of like it was time for the journey to come over here. And so it's really cool because my parents, like, that's all they knew. So like I'm immersed in like a fully Nigerian home at the house. But then like outside, I had like an American experience. So it's like a best of both worlds.
So what's so different about like Nigeria at home and you say America outside? Like what are some things that are so different for you at home versus everywhere else?
Yeah, one, definitely the food. So I actually started cooking Nigerian food at home, so I'm proud of myself. Yeah, definitely we eat like specific traditional African dishes, such as this thing called jollof rice, which is like a special type of rice, and then different things like stew and okra that we eat with like special, I would call it's similar to mashed potatoes, but a little bit thicker, and you use it to eat the stew. And so
I don't know. That sounds
good.
That sounds pretty good.
This is Wande. She's new on Radio U with the new song Happy, which is just off the EP Exit, which just came out.
Yeah. So talk to us about your song Happy. We're going to play it here in a minute. Like, where does that song come from?
Yeah, so Happy, I love it because it talks about like not just finding your happiness from when everything's going great and not finding your happiness from your possessions, but it's talking about just to search inside yourself and see, like, is your true happiness stemmed from God? And if you can truly say that, then you need to remember that, because he's there for you, it doesn't matter what's going on around you. Like, you should be able to find peace even in the midst of madness because he's the true source of your happiness.
All right.
When that came out, when we first heard it, I thought, oh, more people. This is a great song to convey that message. Like, we all really, really need to hear that and understand it. So you did a great job with it. It's the perfect song for, I think, the perfect time.
Okay, so we're talking to Wande. Here's what we got for it, okay? We've got, she is the first lady of Reach Records.
Mm-hmm.
Her EP came out on April 24th.
Exit.
And then she is, what are you doing right now? Are you sheltering at home?
Yes, definitely. I'm definitely quarantining at my house. Can't risk, messing up my lungs. So definitely at the house.
So how's
Has
that?
that led to the home cooking then? To cooking more of the traditional dishes?
Because I'm not a fan of cooking. It's just a lot of effort. But there comes a time where it's like, hey man, I can't eat peanut butter and jelly every day. I got to mix it up. So.
And we have plenty of time to learn it, so that's a good use of the time.
That's a good call. Like I've been doing PB&J, but every once in a while you throw some turkey in there
and mix it up, right?
And you're done.
A little spice.
Yeah, no big deal. You just sandwiches.
Anything else you've been working on during the stay-at-home stuff? For some of our artists, it's been a big writing time.
Yeah, I actually have been experimenting a lot with music, and it's been a lot of fun. The other day on like Instagram Live, I actually wrote a song in front of people. So it's been really interesting, just experimenting, having fun.
Right on. So you can follow her. I just found you on Twitter, and
I love it. Isn't it OMG? It's Wande, Wande.
Yeah, that's correct.
I love that.
Yeah, it's good. Well, she's got lots. Some of the stuff is fantastic. These are great pictures and stuff too. So, all right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and just dive into her music, Nikki. You ready?
It's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
No problem.
Yeah, it's been great to meet you. So this is Happy.
Hang on. Yes, from Wande.
It's the Riot.